Most people think Social Security is simple. You work, you wait, you claim. Done. But buried inside this program is a guaranteed 8% annual return, better than almost anything in the stock market, with zero risk, zero fees, and zero market exposure. And the wild part? Most people walk right past it. Here's what that looks like in real numbers. If your Social Security benefit is $1,750 a month at age 62, that exact same benefit for doing nothing differently becomes more than $3,100 a month if you simply wait until age 70. That's not a projection, that's federal law. But what almost nobody explains is this. There's one specific age, not 62, not 65, not 70, where this decision stops being wait a little longer for a slightly bigger check and starts turning into a compounding wealth machine that keeps building on itself every single year you're alive. And there's a second layer to this, one that follows your household long after you're gone. We'll get to that. But first, let me show you exactly how this works. Number one, the 8% raise the government doesn't advertise. Every year you delay claiming Social Security past your full retirement age, that's 66 or 67 for most people watching this, your monthly check grows by roughly 8%. Not 8% one time, 8% for every single year you wait, up until age 70. This isn't a bonus or a gimmick, it's written directly into the law. The Social Security Administration calls these delayed retirement credits, and they're one of the last true guaranteed increases left anywhere in retirement. Here's what that looks like with real numbers. Say your full retirement age benefit, what you'd collect at exactly 67, is $2,500 a month. Claim at 62, and the SSA permanently cuts that by about 30%. Your check drops to around $1,750 a month for life. Wait until 70, and the opposite happens. You receive roughly 24% more than your full retirement age amount, pushing that same benefit up to around $3,100 a month. Same person, same work history, same lifetime of contributions, but a $1,350 difference every single month forever. Now, most people hear that and think, okay, wait and get a bigger check, got it. But that's not actually what's happening. What you're really choosing is the foundation number that every future increase for the rest of your life gets stacked on top of. That's where this stops being a simple math problem, and that's exactly where most people get it completely wrong. Number two, the exact age, everything changes. If 8% per year is guaranteed, why doesn't everyone just wait until 70? Because the decision isn't that simple. And there's a specific age that almost nobody talks about where the math changes completely. That age is your full retirement age, 66 or 67 for most people watching this. Before full retirement age, every month you claim early permanently shrinks your benefit. You're locking in a smaller number forever. After full retirement age, every month you wait permanently grows your benefit. And that growth doesn't reset. It becomes your new permanent baseline. Let's put two people side by side, Dave and Linda, both 62, both with a full retirement benefit of $2,500 a month. Dave claims right away. His check is $1,750 a month, starting immediately. Linda waits. First to her full retirement age of 67, where her benefit becomes $2,500, then 3 more years to 70, where it reaches roughly $3,100 a month. For 8 years, Dave collected checks while Linda collected nothing. But once Linda's payments start at 70, every single month going forward, she's receiving $1,350 more than Dave, guaranteed for as long as she lives. One more thing. This window doesn't stay open forever. Delayed retirement credits stop completely at 70. There is no additional reward for waiting past that point. So this isn't just a choice, it has a real built-in deadline. I'm not saying everyone should wait until 70. Your health, your income, your family situation, all of it matters. But you can't make this decision wisely until you understand what's actually compounding underneath it. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because there's a trap almost every calculator misses entirely. Number 3. The hidden compounding effect almost nobody explains. You've probably heard of the break-even age, the point where waiting eventually pays off compared to claiming early. For most people, that break-even lands somewhere between 78 and 80. Most calculators stop there. Most advisor conversations stop there, as if the only question is, will I live past 80? But here's what that analysis completely ignores. Every year, Social Security gives you a cost of living adjustment, a COLA, an automatic increase based on inflation. Over the past few decades, that's averaged around 2% to 3% annually. COLA isn't a flat dollar amount. It's a percentage applied to whatever your current benefit already is. Which means a bigger starting number doesn't just give you more money today, it gives you a bigger raise every single year from now until the day you die. Back to Dave and Linda. Apply a modest 2.5% COLA every year for 20 years. Dave's $1,750 slowly climbs to around $2,870 a month. Linda's $3,100 climbs to roughly $5,080 a month. They started with a $1,350 monthly gap. 20 years later, without either of them doing anything differently, that gap has grown to over $2,200 a month. The same percentage increase, applied to two different starting points, creates a widening gap that compounds every single year after break-even. So the real question was never which check wins by age 80. The real question is which foundation keeps growing faster every year for the rest of your life. And that's not even the part of this story that surprises people the most. What we've talked about so far affects your income. What I'm about to show you can determine the income of someone you love for years, possibly decades after you're gone. Number 4. The compounding effect that outlives you. Here's something the Social Security Administration confirms, but almost nobody factors into this decision. When a spouse passes away, the surviving spouse doesn't keep both checks. They receive whichever is higher, their own benefit, or 100% of what their late spouse was receiving. Which means the claiming age of the higher earner's spouse doesn't just affect their own retirement. It becomes the permanent income floor for whoever is left behind. Let's go back to Dave and Linda, but this time Dave is the higher earner. If Dave claimed at 62 and locked in $1,750 a month, and Dave passes away first, Linda's survivor benefit is based on that $1,750. Even if her own benefit was lower, that's the ceiling. But if Dave had waited until 70 and locked in $3,100 a month, that's the number Linda receives instead for the rest of her life, with COLA compounding on top of it every single year. The difference isn't hundreds of dollars. Over a decade or two, it's tens of thousands. Most people were never told this is how it works. Nobody pulls retirees aside and explains that one age 62 decision quietly follows the entire household, not just for one lifetime, but for two. If you're married, the higher earner's claiming age is one of the most important financial decisions your household will ever make. And most people make it by default, not by design. Now let this be another video you watch and forget by tomorrow. So here's exactly what to do this week, not eventually, this week. Step 1. Go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account. If you don't have one, create it. It takes 10 minutes. Pull up your personal statement. It shows your estimated benefit at 62, at your full retirement age, and at 70, based on your actual earnings record. Step 2. Write all three numbers down side by side. When you see your own version of that $1,750 versus $3,100 gap with your real numbers, the decision stops being abstract. It becomes real. Step 3. If you're married, do this for both spouses, especially the higher earner. That number matters twice. Once for the household income you'll live on together, and again for the survivor who may be living on it alone. Step 4. Think honestly about your health, your financial situation, and whether you can afford to wait. This isn't about always choosing 70. It's about choosing with full information instead of by default. Step 5. If anything here still feels unclear, bring these numbers to a fee-only fiduciary advisor. That's an advisor required by law to act in your best interest, not someone earning a commission for selling you a product. These 5 steps take less than an hour. The decision they help you make could be worth tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your retirement. Let me bring this full circle. At the start of this video, I said there's a guaranteed 8% return sitting on the table, and most people walk right past it. Now you know why. It's not just 8% more per year. It's a larger foundation that generates bigger COLA raises every single year. It's a wider gap that keeps compounding year after year, long past any break-even calculation. And for married couples, it's a permanent income floor that protects whoever is left behind, compounding forward through a second lifetime, not just one. The age you claim doesn't just determine your first check. It determines the size of every raise, every COLA adjustment, every dollar your surviving spouse may depend on for the rest of both your lives. Most people never realized a single age could carry that much weight. Now you do. If this gave you a different way of thinking about Social Security, hit subscribe. And if you want to know about 4-part formula to have a happy and fulfilling retirement, I put that video right here. I think it's the next thing you'll want to watch. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.